Hey, it's Josh, and you're listening to The Other Show. Spencer, do you know what is the worst?
I-15 rush hour?
Well, yes, absolutely. But it's specifically when you're driving along on the freeway and you get behind one of those trucks. Like specifically one of those dump trucks, right?
Oh, yeah.
And before you can get out from behind that dump truck, one of those rocks from the back of the truck slings up, hits your windshield, and boom, you got a chip, right? I absolutely hate it. Now, if you're like me, you watch that chip gradually grow from a little chip to a whole long crack that just goes along that whole windshield. I hate it. I hate dealing with it. I hate looking at it. It's just such a hassle.
Luckily, you can use our friends at Ashby Agency and Associates. They're backed by American Family Insurance, and they can help you with that crack.
Thank you.
AmFam offers $0 comprehensible deductibles, which means there's no out-of-pocket cost for that windshield. Additionally, you can customize your discount based on how you drive and save as much as 20% on your auto insurance with Drive My Way. And for the most savings, bundle your home or renter's policies with your auto, camper, umbrella, ATV, UTV, motorcycle, boat, snowmobile, business, and even life insurance policies. Let the insurance advisors at Ashby Agency and Associates help you save today.
Call Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 385-383-3117. Again, that's 385-383-3117. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. We're really going to have to work on that last part.
Uh-huh.
Why do we always come to this?
What?
It's like a showdown of who's going to start the show.
No,
It really is.
we talked about this beforehand, and we said, Josh, you're starting with your story.
Oh, Spencer is in it to win it. He is playing chicken, and he will not lose.
Right,
Nope.
but remember how I wanted you to set me up for it?
You're married, Josh. I'm not going to set you up.
Set me up for the story, to tell the story.
You got to bump set spike your own story, Josh.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Look.
I'm a one-man volleyball team.
I'll be your back wanderer.
You did not tell me to set you up, Josh.
I mean, in all transparency, you didn't tell us to set you up. You just kind of stared at us.
Yeah.
No, I did.
No, you did not.
I even have it in my show notes.
Spencer, 2 witnesses right here.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah?
Don't throw biblical, like...
Hey, the word is established. We're the 2 witnesses. Okay?
Fine. Even though I know what I said.
Are you sure this isn't one of the instances where you wrote it in your notebook and then forgot to actually tell us?
Yeah, I think it might be. Oh, hold on. Hey, so, Josh, I saw something pretty funny on Facebook the other day. Do you mind going into that a little bit more?
Oh, man.
Hold on, should I try that again?
Yeah, let's try that again.
Okay. Oh, man. This shirt is bugging me. Oh, have you guys heard any funny stories about shirts lately?
Oh, just wait for it. I have a story.
Why do we have to wait for it? Just tell us now.
Okay, fine.
Or do you need another setup?
Hold on, Spencer. Spencer, your turn.
I'm good. You're all lousy volleyball players.
I am really sorry I'm late to recording tonight, guys. I could not find a shirt and almost logged in with just my garments on.
Which I actually have done before.
Yes, you have.
Everyone outside of Utah is like, what?
Like what?
Josh,
Okay.
actually,
Okay.
so before you go to yours, I have an actual setup to your story that involves your neighbor, Kenny.
Oh, now you're ready. Okay.
I know, I do. Because he mentions getting on...
Everybody, Spencer has arrived. Welcome to the show.
We were at work, and your spiritual and temporal leader,
Mm-hmm.
and your Batman to your HOA Robin,
Yes.
logged into a company-wide meeting and did not realize his camera was on, and he was just in his Jesus jammies.
It's a layer, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, at least he was wearing them.
I mean, at least he didn't go out in public wearing them.
That is true. That is true.
And setup. Here we
That's
go.
right.
Boom.
Okay. Well, thank you. Your volleyball skills actually are much better than I thought.
So we did a bump, 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 and now we've lost a point. But then there's a bump and a set, and then a bump, and then a spike. We hope.
And a bump, bump to the bumpy bump, 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 bump.
We're so white.
Sounds like my 6th grade special ed volleyball team.
I hate to tell you this, Josh. That was actually badminton.
Hey, a special ed. It's all the same. There's a net. Okay, it's all that matters.
I love you, Josh.
I love you too, guys. I love you too. Anyway, I've told this story, or I shared this story on Facebook, but
just in case.
But just in case, and really, I didn't share all of the details because there was definitely a lot more that went into all of this. But yeah, it was the day after my birthday. It was last Wednesday, and I'm heading to work. I'm halfway there, and I look down, and I notice that I'm missing something.
Yeah.
And as you can probably figure out now, I was not wearing a shirt. I was just wearing my undershirt or my LDS, my garments, my religious wear.
Literally wore your religion on your sleeve.
I just remember I said a choice word.
Which is very religious of you. Sure.
Very, very. And
you said a one-word prayer.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. My first reaction was to call my wife.
Yeah.
And, she answers the phone. And of course, her first reaction, as pretty much everybody else's would be,
laughter.
She laughed at me.
Yeah.
She laughed. And then we proceeded to try to figure out what to do, right? Like, because I'm halfway to work. I'm not going to turn around.
How far is the drive?
It's about a 45-minute drive, depending on traffic.
With traffic, it can get a lot longer, though.
Yes, and it can, especially depending on the time of the day. And so the thing is I was the only one in the office. Well, there actually ended up being a couple other people, but I had to open the office, so I had to be there on time. And I was already just running a little bit late, obviously, because I ran out the door without a shirt. The option of turning around it wasn't there. So I'm on 35th over kind of by the Maverick Center in West Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's going through your mind, right? Like, is is it worth going home? Like, I can't show up to work like this. My wife's not going to help me in the situation. She has stuff to do.
The thing is I'm like, well, I think I have a hoodie at work.
Fantastic.
Right. And so I'm thinking, well, maybe if I get to work, then I can just sneak into the office because there weren't that many people there. And then it'd be great.
My mental image here is Josh sneaking into the office in just his garments.
No. Yeah. And like daddy style, meshy bottoms, right? You got your meshies on. And, and you're sneaking. And you hear swoosh, 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 swoosh. That's what we've got in our minds right now.
Well, and the thing is, you're at the University of Utah, so it's not like everybody there doesn't know what it is.
Well, they just hate religion, so just kidding.
It'd be worse if it was BYU, but let's be honest, because I mean they would be like,
would it be? Because that's just the BYU walk of shame.
Oh, wow. I never thought about it that way. Oh, jeez.
Wow.
This show already.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it may not get an E. It may not get an E from from Apple or whatever, but apparently it has an E
for eternal.
Oh gosh.
Rated T for terrestrial. Anyway,
so I was trying to figure out, because it's 8:00, 8:30, and nothing is really open. I can't just go into Ross and grab something because they don't open until I think 9 or 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you wouldn't be out of place at a Walmart. Just letting you know.
And that's kind of what we came up with is, well, all right. There's the Walmart on 13th South in downtown Salt Lake.
Oof.
If anybody,
man.
if you've been there, you
Not
know,
good.
I could just walk right in and nobody would bat an eye.
No,
Yeah.
Right?
not at
They're
all.
like, oh, like, okay. And it's just, he has a white shirt on. So I was kind of, okay, I'm going to plan on doing that. And then I absentmindedly drove right past the
Okay.
exit. So I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, that's off the table. So then I'm trying to figure it out. I asked Marianne, I'm like, can you Google some places? Can you Google like what fast food restaurants there are that sell shirts, in the drive-through? Like, In-N-Out's not opened yet, but maybe McDonald's or Burger King, Starbucks, which would be really ironic. Getting some of their merch and putting them over my
Sure.
garments. I was kind of desperate because I'm like, I need to get to work on time to open the office and everything.
Yeah.
And so she went to Googling, hung up, whatever. And then I called Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer's reaction was just like my wife's, laughing at me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he was no help either.
Josh, just letting you know now, I will be your angel next time. I'm 20 minutes away from your work. I would have
Okay.
met you there with a big old hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of my ghost hunting hoodies,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And that would have been yours.
That's
In the
tender.
future. Just
in the future.
Just so you know, in the future.
In the future, but not
when
then.
this happens again.
It's not an if. It is a win.
Well, I've taken some precautions, but after Spencer was no help, other than boosting my morale with a nice round of laughter. I called my sister. I called Brock Cordingly, to see if there was some way, because he works up near the university as well.
Mhm.
And I was thinking maybe he could run to like the bookstore for me and grab a shirt and then just bring it to my car or something.
Yeah,
I was
sure.
desperate. And so anyway, I'm getting closer and closer to my work, and then I driving on 13th South right past a 7-Eleven, and then it dawned on me, wait a second, I know they have merch.
Yeah.
Because I had been there a few weeks before. I'll go in there. And so I snuck in with just my garment top, and actually I kind of blended in. There were quite a few construction workers and
Okay.
And I'm still not seeing how you blended in.
Other than having like the 70-year-old guys that mow their lawns and G's.
Yes.
Right. That's how I feel you'd blend in. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, there were plenty of people there that didn't know what I was walking in wearing. Right.
Honestly, no one really notices anyone else. Right.
True.
People are minding their own business. It's fine.
Right. And luckily, it was one of the crew cut garment tops and not the Celestial Smile, because that one you can see from like a mile away.
Yeah.
So I walk in.
It's like a beacon.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So I walked in, and I went straight to where I thought it was going to be. I didn't see any t-shirts. I saw some hats. I'm like, oh crap. Right. So I'm walking around like, okay, what do I do? And I'm at that point too now where I'm like, I can't just walk in and then walk out, because I have that guilty conscience.
Okay.
Where I feel like I have to buy something.
So you're getting a Slurpee.
Yeah. So, getting a Slurpee, in my,
you did? Okay.
in my garment top.
You're buying a shirt.
Well, I know, but I hadn't found the shirt yet. So thankfully,
that's right.
Thankfully, when I was walking up to the counter, I saw it hiding in between a pickle juice display and a Rockstar display.
Oh, that was like I'm sure the light shone upon that T-shirt.
I'm angels.
No. Josh, you say I didn't come to your aid, but between Rockstars and pickles, oh come on, that was somehow me.
I'm not going to dispute that.
I don't know how. I did it, but I definitely did it.
Well, and thank you for blessing that display of shirts with two XL shirts, because otherwise it would have been a very tight squeeze.
Oh, would you have tried a medium? A medium?
I've tried a medium before,
Yeah.
yes. And, yeah, it's like every 90s girl, right there.
So are you at that age now, you think, where you're going to start forgetting stuff like that?
Honestly, when I posted it on Facebook, there were a couple people that asked if I have ever been diagnosed with ADHD, which I'm like, yeah, why?
Feel like that tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, and then honestly, when I got home that day, I put an extra pair I put a couple shirts in the trunk.
Oh,
just
that
in
is
case.
If you look at my trunk, I mean, it's a little suspicious because there's like, I got
Duct
a couple
tape,
extra shirts.
chloroform.
I have, from the gas station from last week that you mentioned. Oh my gosh! But I keep an extra coat. I keep a extra shirt, and this isn't even like emergency preparedness. It's like I accidentally just left them there. I have my Superman boots from a Halloween costume from 2018. I just have the weirdest crap in there. Yes.
Where is there that you may have left them?
In my trunk.
Yeah, no. In case you left something there, like did you accidentally leave a shirt at like, I don't know, a date's house, or your Superman boots?
Listen.
Over at a booty call.
Listen. There may have been a morph suit and Superman boots involved. All right?
I'm just concerned that the only thing you got back was the boot.
Don't worry about it.
I know there was red trunks. I know it.
No, I don't wear. Superman doesn't wear red trunks anymore. It's fine. It's okay. So, Josh, thank you for sharing that story, and thank you for humbling yourself. I got to share this, and just kind of speaking of age, or I don't know, getting older, whatever it is. But I just got back right before this recording from Lagoon, and it was just like this company Lagoon day because I'm not a millionaire. So I don't pay for Lagoon because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have gone to Lagoon this past year at all.
Was it like $70 once?
No.
Or something like that?
$92. 90? Hold on, $92.
Is that before or after taxes?
Before.
Is that before or after you redeemed the Coke bottle at the entrance?
Yeah, right? Remember those? Remember those days?
Remember, they still do it.
The bounce back?
They do not.
Yeah, they do. No, not bounce back. You bring an empty Coke bottle.
How much is it worth?
$2.
Back in the day, that was like $10, and tickets were $40 for a day pass.
Oh, it's Land O'Lakes, though. It wasn't Coke. It was Land O'Lakes lunch meat.
What? Lando Frost?
Oh, Lando Frost. Yeah, Lando Frost lunch meat.
Spencer, are you all right? Are you smelling burning toast?
No, but popcorn.
Oh, that actually smells delicious. Okay, so I went to Lagoon, and like it was my first time, honestly, in a couple years. I don't think I went at all during the pandemic, but I recently went to Disneyland. I love amusement parks, and I generally don't let my age get in the way. I know I'm getting to a point where my body may not forgive me for some things, but I tend to choose, like for example, when I went in, I think it was March or April, to DCA and Disneyland in California, I chose the rides that I felt like were pretty smooth, and it was a good experience. Lagoon hits different, quite literally. And tell me if I'm wrong here, because I know Disneyland and a lot of amusement parks aren't all quality, but I have finally hit the age where I am happier to watch someone go on a roller coaster than go on it myself. Are you guys at that point yet? Because to describe a little bit more, I went, my oldest daughter and I, we went on Cannibal, and Cannibal is a blast, and the ride is actually really smooth. It kicks your butt. Okay.
Have you passed out on it yet?
I know you have. I've heard you swear on it multiple times.
Oh yes.
So I went on it, and I was like, oh man, that really took it out of me. And we immediately ran over and went on Spider, the one that turns in circles, and I love Spider.
Oh, no.
After those two rides, I was like, oh, I'm out. And I'm 42 years old, and I never wanted to be the guy that was like, I'm not going to puke, but if I continue to do this, I'm going to be puking. And I think I hit the age. Am I alone out here?
No, I hit that at 28.
Stop it. Not that early.
Oh yeah, no, it was
Spencer peaks early.
that's true. Ask Stephanie.
What? No, Spencer. Spencer,
Anyway.
no.
No, 28. I
Oh.
went to Six Flags over Magic Mountain. And I think
Okay.
what happened
Great park.
was I went on the Green Lantern ride.
Yeah.
And the way the ride's set up is well, first off, it puts you in the egg, that rocks, and it takes you to the top and then it slowly drops you down. Well, the way the egg they put you in is shaped, it's got a wiener destroyer in it, a ball crusher.
I mean,
like the samurai at Lagoon.
No, but worse.
I've chosen to never go on the samurai, but I do remember Aladdin's carpet,
Oh, I missed that
the magic
one.
carpet at Lagoon back in the day.
I missed that.
That had a nut cruncher.
Did it?
Yeah, Nut Cruncher.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
No, trust me, Green Lantern.
We were little though. We were little and we didn't know. We're like, oh yeah, this really hurts, guys.
We hadn't peaked yet.
Oh heavens, no, not like Spencer.
No, but that ride literally broke something in me because any ride after that point at Six Flags, I wanted to vomit after.
So there was so much pressure on your special parts that you got what, vertigo for the rest of your life? Is that what you're saying?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
because I went on Wonder Woman yesterday. Not yesterday. I went on
a ride.
He really,
the ride.
He really is older.
Yeah. What are you talking about, man?
Okay, so
you watched Wonder Woman?
No. At Six Flags, we went from Green Lantern to Wonder Woman. And I literally had
yesterday, meaning the time of when this story happened.
Yes,
How bad
yesterday.
is that burnt toast smell?
Guys, I'm exhausted.
Josh, I'm on your side. Josh, you did ask us to set up your story. I'm on your side now.
Thank you.
Guys, no. I'm exhausted. I am exhausted.
We get it.
I went into
it's
work
almost
today.
like you just barely went on Green Lantern. Yeah.
Yeah. I went into work today and did not leave my desk for 8 hours straight. Did I go into work today though?
Oh, I don't know where this is going.
I don't either,
Josh.
and I'm not asking questions. I've learned.
Who are you?
So Lagoon.
Where am I?
Lagoon.
It's this amusement park in Farmington, Utah. Spencer, what happened on Green Lantern? Like, did you walk off and say, I'm dizzy, and now you're always feeling that way, or like you at puking level, right? That's what I want to know.
No, I got off and I had to sit down for like 30 minutes because I got lightheaded.
Yeah.
And just like throbbing pain in the nethers.
Sure. Were you disappointed that that hit you at 28? Because it's a humbling experience, I think, for all of us to say, I'm not as young as I thought I was.
Yes, it sucks because of my family members, except for maybe Taylor, I've always been the most adventurous, like, let's give everything a try. And now I have to take a long, hard look at any ride and think, is it worth it?
Do you have a line? Like, are there rides you'd go on? And Josh, same question for you.
Yeah.
That you go on or you choose not to? Because, we went on Music Express.
Oh.
Remember that one?
You could break a rib on that thing.
I rode by myself and I felt like I was people were squishing me. I was like, this is not comfortable. Why did I love this when I was young? Oh, I know why. Because I chose the inside. Because I was crushing someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, that was my favorite thing as a kid because I was a little fat kid, and so I would always like sneakily like tell the other person I was with that they have to be on the other side.
You were
so
a monster.
that I could, so that I could squish them, and it was fun. But honestly, like I think right now with Lagoon, I don't know. I mean, I had a season pass a couple years ago. Whenever I'd go up to Spencer's to go hang out for a couple, 3 or 4 hours every Tuesday, Saturday.
Right.
I would go to Lagoon actually, like right before.
Really?
Yeah, I'd hit like a ride or two, and then.
And you know what the funny thing is?
And then call it good.
Josh, I had a season pass for the same year you did for some reason. I don't know why. And I work literally across the street. I never stepped foot in Lagoon again after the one time we went together.
Oh yeah, we went once.
How come? Why?
I hate it. I hate Lagoon. I'll say it.
Oh man.
And it's because one, Lagoon is not big person friendly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And two, rides that spin, jerk suddenly, move up and down rapidly, or move, make me sick.
Hold on. Rides that move. So you're where I'm at. You're literally what I'm saying is like the bench over there, it stays still. It's bound to the ground. And that's the ride you'd like to take.
Like,
So
maximum velocity, we're talking the Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah. That's lovely. I agree.
is the Wild Kingdom train too much for you?
Yeah, but that's for other reasons.
Yeah, those poor cats.
So, Josh, what about you? Have you reached that point? Because you did say you went a couple years ago. You were kind of fine. You went on a ride. You're okay.
I think for me, I don't know. I really, outside of Lagoon, when it comes to thrill rides, I've been to Knott's Berry Farm,
I like Knott's.
and that's about it. I've never been to Magic Mountain.
It's intense.
I've never been to a Six Flags. That's kind of pathetic. Yeah. See, so outside of that, it's like Disneyland and Lagoon, and honestly, like Cannibal, I think was my limit. I don't know if I would go on Cannibal again, just because
Really?
I think it was the last time I rode it was when I passed out. And came to upside down looking like a Muppet.
Because your arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screaming down that thing like Kermit the Frog being chased by Miss Piggy. Yeah, it was too much. But
Okay.
I love like Wicked and everything, but that's about it. And honestly, I don't intend on like ever getting a season pass ever again.
Yeah.
Why do Disneylands hit different?
Magic.
It could be the lines are longer, so you have longer between rides, right?
Mhm.
So your body settles, your brain maybe has stopped bouncing back and forth at that point. But honestly, Disneyland, even though they do have some pretty cool rides, it's meant for families, right?
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
Incredicoaster's less scary, but so fun, but less scary than Cannibal, right? Guardians of the Galaxy is pretty intense, and it will drop you and it kind of probably move your tummy up and down a little bit. But I think there's very few of those rides
Is
to
it
really shock
better
you.
engineered? Because
I can handle that.
when we went to Disneyland,
For sure it's better engineered. Yeah.
when we went to Disneyland last year, we hit the carousels, all the kiddie rides, like all the kiddie rides.
Yeah.
Splash Mountain, Smuggler's Run, Rise of the Resistance.
Wait, those are
No.
kiddie rides?
We did all of them and these ones.
I think I just found your daughter's trauma.
No, we left her with grandparents for that one. At least I think it was grandparents. They looked nice. They're somebody's grandparents. The only ride that made me sick was Smuggler's Run.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it's a more intense Star Tours.
Yeah. And it is like a bench that moves, and so I know you don't like moving rides.
It's the motion sickness.
Yeah, it's not knowing how you're moving, and it is just kind of moving as you go. Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah, and I was
The unpredictable movement of it all. Yes.
I was a stupid engineer. I hate that job.
Oh, hate being an engineer.
I can't even remember what you do in that job. Don't you
just
just push
buttons?
buttons?
You push a button.
Okay.
Well, you do it for the gunner too, but it's like whack-a-mole.
That's probably why whenever I would go with my friends to Disneyland, that they would never let me be anything other than the engineer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rude.
No, engineer is like the lamest one there. That's the one you give the 5-year-old, because all you do is just hit a button repeatedly.
Like I said,
I guess you could give it to like a 12-year-old discovering himself, because he'd be good at that.
Oh,
But
my word.
there's our E.
Rated T.
Mhm.
Speaking
Once
of
again.
which, this weekend, guys.
Where's this going? Josh, I'm worried.
Such a weird weekend. I learned more about my uncle than I've ever wanted to learn.
Okay.
We were cleaning out my my grandma's basement. She passed away earlier this year, so we had to clean everything up.
Oh, this is that uncle.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
So,
I'll let Spencer explain.
we'll talk off the air.
He's gonna have to spike this story himself.
Well, somebody already bumped it. So, we're cleaning up and moving my uncle's stuff all out. He's in the hospital right now for other reasons. And that meant it was me, my brother Kyle, my brother-in-law Rick, and my cousin Carrie cleaning out the basement. Oh, my cousin Josh, who may have gone to school with Josh. My cousin Josh might have gone to school with Josh.
That's not confusing.
Not at all. We finally clean up the rest of the basement, and he's lived down there since his early 30s, and he's in his 60s now, so he's been there quite a while.
Okay,
right,
sure.
It hasn't cleaned much down there, so we're finding lots of interesting things.
Right.
I am so glad I got married when I did.
You did. You are very lucky, because this could have been you, Josh. We finally make it to his bedroom, and first off, we get into his closet. This is my uncle, born and raised in Bountiful, Utah. He has more pairs of boots than myself and my father-in-law, who is a farmer, combined.
Like what kind of boots? Like Ugg boots, or
no, like
I hope they're Ugg boots.
Just boots, cowboy boots, motorcycle
like cowboy boots. Okay,
snow boots, boot boots,
the puffy ones, the puffy ones,
moon
that
boots.
was
moon boots,
moon boots. He's got t-shirts and just so many clothes.
Oh, Josh needed one of those. Thanks a lot.
And they're just all they're all just thrown in the closet. So we get those all boxed up and out. And we look at the bed, and there's these boxes underneath the bed, just boxes and boxes and boxes.
Food storage?
Prepping of a sort. Because we pull it out.
Oh no.
Poor choice of words there. And we open it up, and they're his magazines. Lots and lots of magazines. And
like what kind? Like Zoobooks?
Not Zoobooks. No.
Hey, listen, Spencer, Josh loves Zoobooks. I don't know if you knew this. In fact, for one full show, it was his nickname. And he loves learning about animals. And so if you could help him learn more about the animal kingdom and animal behavior.
Also, was there Boys Life as well? Because I kind of liked that when I was into, Boy Scouts.
Well, there's Boys something.
Or is this like when I was like 18 and went to a place called Bob's Magazine?
Yep. Let's just say that the progression was something like this.
Oh, I don't.
The National Geographic magazines were outside the room with certain key issues missing, followed by the motorcycle magazines with certain pages stuck together, and then boxes.
Okay, we got it. Spencer.
Doesn't sound like Zoobooks to me.
No.
Anyway, just be grateful neither one of you have ever had to clean up that mess.
And I don't want to shame the man, but like, how many boxes are we talking about? Like, is this like a proud collection?
I mean, obviously dating back to the 80s.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm not saying
it's old school.
I'm not saying vintage, but my other cousin walked away. My cousin Josh walked away a very happy man.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Hold on. Are you just like outing everyone in the family now?
I told you I wanted the
Here's
Zoobooks.
their dirty laundry.
Yeah. No. The only reason he was happy is because apparently the vintage ones sell for really well online.
Oh.
I was good. Yeah.
I guess so.
There is a big resale market apparently. I mean, my
for
brother-in-law
magazines.
My brother-in-law Rick took the National Geographics missing a few issues. They apparently sell for like $7 an issue.
Wow.
You might want to check your magazine collection, Kent.
Were there any Beckett's? Because Josh and I want to go through our basketball cards and look at a Beckett from 1995.
Kent, I got you covered on that one because
my
parents' basement. Oh, seriously, I think we have every issue of Beckett from the inaugural run to about probably 1996, 97.
Yeah. That's when basketball cards stopped being worth money, so it's fine.
Yep. That's why our whole baseball card collection is in my parents' basement.
Oh, man,
I'm pretty sure the only boxes of magazine from your parents' basement are going to be the Ensign.
That's actually upstairs on display for everybody to see.
They've got comic book long boxes.
They keep the Beckett's in the basement.
Yes.
They've got comic book long boxes of Ensigns.
Spencer, I'm sorry you had to be there for that, but it sounds like you did a good service. And
I did my good turn daily.
Yeah, apparently.
So is Josh going to share some of the money with you?
No.
From the sales?
I hope not. I don't want that filthy lucre in my home.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you could have a nice pizza party.
I do have records, though, that I'm going to try and sell from this.
Oh,
Do
yeah?
you guys want to buy any vinyl?
Don't tell my dad, because that's like the second like import thing that my parents have in their basement. So
I'll hit him up. I've got a bunch of German
no. On
and
behalf of my
Hawaiian
mother,
music.
on behalf of my mother,
What is
He's
the
not
other one?
listening.
I plead you, please do not tell my dad that you have vinyls for sale.
Because he can't help himself.
No, he can't. Like every time he goes to the DI, he comes home with half a stack of like records. Some of them are good, you know. He comes back with some John Denver, some Beach Boys, and then like Casper the Friendly Ghost, Woody the Woodpecker, sings the classics, whatever. So please, no.
Would he be willing to trade?
No, because then he'll offer to buy the whole collection from you.
No, I will only take it in trade.
I'm not going to talk about this because I think we need to just get to phone calls.
Please.
Let's
fine.
Let's do this.
I've got Motab.
Hey, this is KP. I just wanted to say, after your jingle that you sing at the end of your sponsorship, I do have a couple of concerns. One, you do want people to try to go towards them for their services, not scare them away. Two, I'm really concerned about Josh's choir in church having to put up with you in there. And or it just shows how desperate you are in church choirs to have anybody show up, that they're willing to have that. And three, Kent, I applaud you for not joining in on that jingle. Good call. Have a good day. Talk to you later.
I just want to say I'm going to be singing in an all-men's choir at church this Sunday. Actually, with Kenny P, my temporal and spiritual leader, we're going to be singing "The Elders of Israel."
Is this because I didn't sing the jingle with you? Is this because I didn't sing with you?
Yeah, we bumped and set, but you didn't spike, Kent.
No, no, you did not.
Yeah,
let's hear your
American Family Insurance.
Actually, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it too good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Please don't cut that and use that. Okay.
That's gonna be my ringtone. I'm gonna go to my uncle's room with that.
What? What do you mean?
He's gonna burn it onto vinyl?
No, I don't know.
Let's take the next call.
Hey, Josh, Kent, and Spencer. Hey, it's Dave Kelly. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey, I just got done eating lunch with KP, and just KP and I got going on a little comment that I just had to throw out there at Spencer. Spencer, I trust. Well, with Kent, I know that he's consistent with his movie reviews, and so I know how to judge what I want to go see and what I don't want to go see based on that. I'm not going to say if I agree with Kent or not, but I'll let everybody else figure that one out. But Spencer, for the most part, like you are a god amongst men when it comes to food and meat and how to prepare meat. The pork chop, the stuffed pork chop with cream cheese and apple, awesome. Burnt end hot dogs, amazing. But I mean, come on, man, black licorice, like that generation is dying. Thankfully, we don't have to have the red vine bag that has the little black licorice that just makes the rest of the bag taste like crap. Like, thankfully, I miss my grandparents. They've been gone for a while, but thankfully, I don't have to go and be worried about the errant black licorice candy that makes its way into my mouth. Anyways, have fun, guys. Bye.
One, black licorice is I'm particular about my black licorice, as you would imagine. And I only get the Australian brands or like the legit like European brands.
I'm all about Good and Plenty's, man. I don't care.
Gross.
Good and Plenty's are my favorite travel candy.
Nope.
Ew. I mean, I was asking the right people about, do you guys feel old at Lagoon? Yeah, you feel old all the time. Your taste buds are 80.
Okay, here's the brand you got to get. It's Willy Wallaby.
Probably not from Australia, let's be honest.
No, it's got a wallaby on it.
Uh-huh, sure. Okay.
Willy Wallaby.
Gross. Quit spreading that. Nobody wants to hear about black licorice anymore. Gross.
Never ever recommend red vines. And not Twizzlers.
No.
We're getting up on Halloween. Twizzlers are like the most overpowering Halloween candy in the world.
No. The thing is with Twizzlers, the black licorice Twizzlers are nasty. The red
yes.
ones are actually pretty good.
No, I'll tell you.
It's flavorful plastic, and I love it.
Yeah.
No, that is the
At
exact.
least you know.
That is the exact problem with Twizzlers, because you put those in a bag of candy with anything else, and the flavor of the Twizzlers gets on everything. Like legit.
Mhm.
Just please don't tell me that you eat chocolate Twizzlers, because
No.
I can't do it. Okay,
No.
thank you.
But see, I love red vines though. Red vines are my favorite. Like
Only red vines, but not black red vines.
the black red vines are delicious.
What about the nibs? The little licorice nibs? Do they still make those?
Oh, red licorice.
Remember
nibs?
those?
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they have. I
Oh,
haven't seen them
yeah.
for a while though.
Oh,
Spencer,
yeah.
are you okay?
Oh, that is a road trip
Okay.
snack right there. Sometimes I like to get, because the nibs are just cut up licorice ropes,
Yeah.
right? So you just get
Uh-huh.
like the big long rope, and you coil it into your console in the car, and you just kind of like a spaghetti noodle as you drive.
And you've never done that in your entire life. You're just making this up. You're telling tall tales. You saw this on Wayne's World once, and you're like, "That's a pretty good idea."
And then
Yeah.
and then he tried to do it like Lady and the Tramp after he got married.
Doesn't quite work out with licorice.
No.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was Wayne's World.
Hey guys, guess what? Real quick, we're done with phone calls, right?
Yeah.
I know we're moving on, but I forgot to advertise this on Bacon Cell. We are up, and I put this on Facebook. We're up for best local podcast, and by we I mean, sorry guys, not us, but Bacon Cell. And next year, the other show, probably, maybe.
I mean, we need a year under our belt at
Yeah.
least, right?
So
we need at least a year.
someone nominated us, and we're not really sure who, but I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, because I've never really given a crap about stuff
No.
like this. But I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. Gives people an opportunity to vote for us, and probably not win, because we kind of jumped on the bandwagon late of getting people to vote. But I thought it was pretty cool. If anyone wants to find it, it's just City Weekly. Probably .net, because they couldn't get .com, and or just go to my Facebook page, or maybe we'll put up a link. Josh, I know you shared it. Spencer, I think you did as well.
I'll actually
So-
put it in the show notes for
Okay.
this episode. So wherever you're listening to it, just click on that link.
And I don't know what that actually becomes. Maybe they do. Maybe they call us and they get like a 2-paragraph interview of what Bacon Cell is all about. That'd be pretty cool.
I think they just send you a plaque.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah.
they have like an awards thing if you win. I think you get like a meal that they charge you for.
Yeah, right.
I did go to one of those meals before.
Somebody, and by somebody I mean Spencer, nominated me for what was it? It was political social media influencer.
Yeah.
And can I just say that please vote for me, because there's no reason I should be winning this category.
Yeah. Seriously.
It's like you and like 3 other people, and I'm going to be completely honest, I misread that.
I pretty much figured that out.
I
Because I'm
thought
like,
it said
Ugh.
potluck influencer for some reason, and I had your
What?
I had your M&M salads and chicken nugget casserole on
You
the
thought
brain.
you thought political was potluck. Spencer.
I mean, if you think about it, that's all politics are. It's just bringing your own
So
crap to the
Spencer's
table.
like, here's Spencer. You're like, they're like, hey, which political party are you a part of? And you're like, whoever
Reese's.
wants to invite me, I'll bring the
Reese's.
chips.
You said
Whichever
party.
potluck party you want.
I love to tailgate.
I'll bring the what'd you call them, the salty dogs or whatever.
No, my dirty dogs. Dave
Yeah,
mentioned
same
them.
thing.
Dave mentioned them in
Yeah.
his call. The dirt dogs. You cook a all beef hot dog like burnt ends and just slap that onto a bun with some coleslaw on it. Whew, it's good.
Oof. Well, hopefully I get to eat it pretty soon. Your dirty dog, whatever that means.
Food.
So
I'm not touching it.
Spencer, you went and saw a movie that I haven't seen, so I kind
Which
of
is
need to hear about it from
unusual.
you. Well, it's not because with all the strike stuff, they've kind of left critics in the dust. They don't really care, and I don't know if it's studios just being like, and they should care because we spread a little more word of mouth before a movie comes out, whereas their stars nor anyone can promote their movie. But WB did not promote to us Blue Beetle, I was like, yeah, I'll see it when I see it.
Do they have a critics union? Because I feel like they should.
No, because that would be preposterous. Critics would be so down if they felt like they were that important, but they're not. We do this for free.
I wouldn't admit that.
If there was a critics union, studios would not even bother to get critics involved.
Oh, absolutely.
Like too much of a hassle.
Oh, way too much.
Anyway,
I was just thinking, like, what are you gonna do when there are like there's one good movie coming out a month after this strike? Like, you're gonna have to find other things to criticize. Like, go like to the McDonald's and.
Oh, could you picture like out of work or striking, film critics? Like, would they just find somebody to follow around and leave a review?
Yeah, all of a sudden we become Yelpers.
Sticking out reviews on people's doors.
I'm Yelp Elite.
That's kind of what I do with my Google reviews.
Yeah, which are hilarious. So Spencer, bumps that spike. Take us away.
Blue Beetle, an alien scarab, chooses college graduate Jaime Reyes to be a symbiotic host, bestowing the teenager with a suit of armor that's capable of extraordinary and unpredictable powers, forever changing his destiny as he becomes the superhero known as Blue Beetle. There's like no information out there about this. Like it is not being marketed well at all, which is a bummer because this was a really fun movie.
Okay.
As far as like, I think I mentioned this quickly in my notes to you in my text. As far as superhero movies that have come out since Avengers Endgame, since 2020 to now, this honestly would be in the top third for me.
Oh, okay.
Think on par of like Spider-Man Far From Home or Spider-Man Homecoming, but with emotions that actually land. And honestly, if Spider-Man No Way Home did not have Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire in it, this would be...
It would be such a mediocre movie, but...
An absolutely mediocre movie, and Blue Beetle would have been better.
Okay.
One of the great things about this movie, we'll talk about the pros first and then some cons, is it does have an okay story that'll pull you in. You got to remember it's a comic book movie, so there's lots of plot holes and a lot of convenient things that happen. And you're going to roll your eye at the way events unfold. Jaime Reyes comes home from college to find out that his dad had a heart attack, lost his job, and they're getting evicted. So he's got to find a way to make money and support his family. He happens to run into Jenny Cord, who is Ted Cord's niece, and Victoria Cord, who is Ted Cord's sister. Now I'm saying Ted Cord, and none of you know who that is.
Because Josh is... No, I do. I'm looking at Josh right now. And Josh is like, you lost me when you started naming people.
Yeah.
I had the going in my head.
Which is perfect because that is how everybody going to see this movie, unless you're a hardcore comic book person, is gonna feel. You're gonna start hearing people say Cord Industries, Cord this, and you're gonna have no idea why they're so important and why people are talking about them. All you need to know is they are a competitor to Wayne Tech. They make technology. It is basically Iron Man.
What about Sparks Industry? I know that one.
Stark?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Tony Sparks. he's a 80s pop star.
So that is where this movie is going to lose a lot of people. Is it does get right
because it's one of these D-list heroes that you and I like, right? Or people that have played Injustice too, that they know, but it's not a well-established hero.
Well, Blue Beetle has been around for a long time and is one of the few characters that has had a successful transition to a different main character. By that I mean you have the original Blue Beetle, Ted Kord, and his legacy is tangentially Jaime Reyes, because they have a completely different power set, completely different suit, and a completely different origin. Okay?
I still have the song running through my head.
This movie, when you watch it, you're going to see a lot of VFX issues. Forgivable, because if you keep in mind this was made for less than $100 million, which is unusual.
It's astounding for a comic book movie these days. Usually they're about 250 to 300 million. Yeah, that's astounding.
What's astounding is it was made for sub 100 million because it was originally intended to be released on HBO Max.
It feels like it should have been. And I know they haven't focused on streaming lately, but
to be completely honest, it does deserve a large screen release. And the VFX that you see in this, it's glaring at some points, but it is going to be just as good. And honestly, the VFX in this, for less than 100 million, better than The Flash, better than Black
easy.
Adam, better than Ant-Man, and better than Quantumania.
Yeah, I get it.
So
the only
better than the Meg.
Better than the Meg.
Josh.
Maybe on par with Cocaine Bear.
Okay.
Now you're speaking his language.
What this movie does really, really well is does allow Jaime to be his own character without seeming like a ripoff of other existing comic characters that people have grown to know over the years. It could be really easy to compare him to Spider-Man with Tony Stark armor. Extremely easy, considering it's a mech suit basically that he has. This mech suit is an alien symbiote, like Venom. Like, you can see all these things that you can compare him to. But honestly, throughout the story, he does stand alone, has his own personality, his own voice. But what this movie does the best is it allows bad things to happen and allows those moments to be bad.
Interesting. Okay.
It could be just the year that I'm having, but there was a moment in this movie that I legit cried.
Okay. I'm curious. I will see it just so I can try to spot that moment.
What this does have some weak points is it is the villain. The villain in this movie is Omak, and it's just another CGI fight of a superhero clone.
Okay.
So he's got the same power, same everything. They do end it a little bit differently than you normally would, but it's just a repeat. It's nothing you haven't seen. The humor is kind of weak. I don't know what it is there. There was a lot of jokes that didn't land. George Lopez, you would think, would be the one cracking all the jokes.
See, they spend most of their budget on jokes. That's why, they made it for under $100 million.
Because they bought a couple joke books.
Brought in Miles Finch.
Scholastic Book Fair.
And obviously the weakest thing to this film, or this movie, that's going to be the biggest drawback is it seems like it's a dead end. There's no connections to prior DC films. The only other connection you might get is there is a reference to Superman, but not visual or anything. They just say Superman. Jaime's wearing a Gotham University law shirt. And if you speak Spanish, there are quite a few fun jokes in here. They alternate between English and Spanish and mix it up just like an actual Latino family would, which is really fun.
Yeah.
But there is a joke in the background about Bruce Wayne buying Twitter.
Oh, Elon Musk. Did he change it to just Batwing emoji?
Yeah, right.
Bat.
So, okay, now for the people out there who are completely lost and have no idea what Blue Beetle is, because to me, like, visually, I just think, okay, maybe that's like one of the Infinity Stones or something. I don't know. What is Blue Beetle? Like, what's his thing, right? Is it like a stink bug beetle?
So here's the thing. He will crawl on all fours, but if you get too close to him, he puts his butt up in the air, and a little poof comes out like a stink bug.
Kent, you joke about that, but that did happen in the movie.
No, it does not.
That is one of the jokes that just did not land. They have fart sounds and everything.
I'm sad.
But the fun thing about that one is it does suck. It's not funny. You do groan. It's not Jaime doing it. It does a really good job of giving some homage to Ted Kord, the original Blue Beetle.
You lost Josh again.
So then what does he do besides fart?
Okay, I'm going to get really, really niche here, like even more so than we already are talking about Blue Beetle and Ted Kord and Booster Gold. Josh, did you ever watch Beetleborg?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No.
Big bad Beetleborg.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is a mech suit based on like a horned beetle or like an actual like scarab beetle. And it is Iron Man. He can make any weapon he wants using the tech. He's got a HUD vision just like Iron Man. Although that is one of the VFX that just does not look good. It looks kind of like Halo.
Spencer, what is your rating for this, or who should go see this movie?
If you've read any of my reviews on Letterboxd, I know you haven't. Instead of a rating, I generally will just say who should see it. This movie is for comic book fans or preteens. If you want just a fun end of summer movie and you've got teenagers, go check this out. I think this movie, despite having a weak opening, will have better legs than any other superhero movie in the last year. And that includes Spider-Man. Across the Spider-Verse.
Across Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Because Across the Spider-Verse, once word got out how it ended, kind of fizzled.
Yeah.
This one is just fun. It harkens back to like the early MCU films where you just enjoy it. You don't need anything going into it. Doesn't connect to anything. Like it is its own thing, which is kind of refreshing.
And it just opened this past week, is that correct?
It did just open this past week.
What was its opening weekend like?
Not good.
Not great. To be completely honest, we bought our seats and there was nobody there until right before. And there were tickets open.
Like oh man, I thought this was the Red Beetle. I want my money back.
There was maybe 15 people.
That's spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're kind of on this trajectory right now for superhero movies. Even Aquaman 2, which comes out maybe at the end of this year, may not make the $1 billion that one did. In fact, may even make less than half. Right?
Here's
like
the
it
thing.
could be something pretty interesting.
For $100 million or less, they're going to make their money back.
We'll see.
They will. They'll get their money on this one. So B+. If I were to give it a grade,
I will be obviously checking this out. But also, it kind of seems like a wait till it's on Max. A little bit.
I would not wait to see this one on Max. I would go support it. It's a good movie. Good director. Yeah. B+.
Okay. Wow. B+.
Yeah. Like I enjoyed it
All right.
enough that Kent, when you go, tell me. I'd love to see it again.
Okay. Deal.
We need to go see Meg 2.
Yeah, we do. Why am I more excited about Meg 2? Anyways.
Because sharks.
With all that, with this whole show, Josh, I'm going to bump, set, and spike it to you for the closing.
Whoa, beach volleyball.
That's a sound effect. And you have to say beach volleyball.
Yes.
Josh going to start wearing beach volleyball uniforms to record.
Please.
I should. The Other Show with Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. Produced by Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. Show design and audio editing by me, Josh Hansen. Sales manager, Spencer Myers. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. To better connect with us, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For past episodes, links to our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit www.theother.show. And remember, when you're not listening to me here, you can hear me on my other show, The Party in the Back.
You can hear me on my other show, Bacon Cell.
And you can find me at 50 Medical Drive North, Salt Lake City, 84132, or on my other show,